This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, we can start, but we can't start yet. Mary's not in the room. And we got 1 minute left according to our clock, but that's okay. We can start in just a couple minutes. Or 1 minute.
I have Jeremy's cell.
Okay. Are we ready? Is everybody calling in? Yep, everybody I think is in. Is everybody here? Okay, I see Aaron. I see us here in this room. I see Dale. I see Chris's short version of California. Gary in the shadows again. Gary in the shadows. And Dan. Dan, is Andy with you? Aaron is. Dan, is Andy with you? Jeremy?
Yeah, you're gonna have to turn the microphone off on the computer.
On the computer, where's the mic?
Or just turn the volume down on the computer in the bottom right hand side of the screen. I don't know if that's coming from you or from someone else though.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, are we on record here? Yep, we're good to go.
Okay, I'd like to call the Site Plan Review Committee to order. Roll call, please. Terry?
Here, Kodowski.
Here.
Dennis Persick.
Here.
Dan Pamprin. What happened to him? Gary Paul.
Here.
Chris Atkinson.
Here.
Andy Krowski. Dale Quinn.
Here.
Okay, and Kevin was up there, Vaughn.
Yes. Okay. Could you all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
justice for all.
Please remember all of our men and women throughout the world in uniform. I have no changes to the agenda. If there are none, I need a motion to approve.
Move to approve. I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second on the agenda. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, I need a motion and a second on the site plan review minutes if there are no changes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Chris Atkinson, seconded by
Dale.
Dale Quinn to approve those minutes. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. Number 6, action items. 6A, action regarding a site plan review for Phosphor America, 1333 Parkview Road, Parcel VA-228-14-L-77. Aaron.
Okay, I will ask that maybe you mute your volume if you want to speak. Just try to avoid any kind of cross volume there. In terms of the site plan review request, as Mary had mentioned, it is for Phosphor America at 1333 Parkview Road, parcel VA-228-14-L-77. Bayline Buildings as applicant has submitted plans for a proposed 24,850 square foot addition to the building at the southeast corner of Parkview Road and Commodity Lane. I'll just bring up the map, show you exactly where that is. Here's Parkview, here's Commodity, and here's Fosburg right here. The proposed addition, as we depicted up here on the screen. Oops, there you go. What you'll see here is this is the addition area right here. So this is Commodity Lane. This is Parkview. I'm sorry. Yep, that's right. Commodity and Parkview. Here's the existing building. Here's the addition. The exterior materials will be consistent with what is currently on the building, consisting of a mixture of metal panels, EIFS, and metal wall panels with concealed fasteners. They'll be using concealer strips and EIFS. In terms of our site plan requirements, additions of less than 75% of the gross building area to existing buildings in the industrial park, light industrial or heavy industrial zoning districts may carry through at a minimum the current building materials that are on the building. So they're going to maintain the existing mixture of EIFS and panels. There will be a small addition to the parking lot back here to account for the loading dock back here on the back side. Overall, show you the rendering of the building. Proposing some facade improvements as well to the front of the building. Pretty straightforward addition to the building. It is a nice investment in the property. David O'Brien from Bayland Building is in the audience. I'd be happy to answer any questions. I can answer any questions for you as well.
Aaron, did you say that bump out to the south wall there, that's a loading dock?
Yeah, there will be a loading dock in there. You'll see it right here.
Yeah, okay, all right. All right, and then the exterior will be just fashioned after the existing interior that's already there. Are those that maroon type, is that an awning or is that colored of the EIFS?
This is actually the existing. Proposed is down in the bottom here. So what you'll see here is what they're proposing to change it from the top rendering to the bottom rendering.
So Aaron, what kind of material is that? Is that metal you were talking about?
I guess, David, if you wouldn't mind answering that question.
That's correct. They're just taking that metal awning off and then replacing that with the metal concealed fastener and then repainting the EIFS that's already on there.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion by, that was by you, Dan?
Yeah.
Motion by Dan Pamper and a second by Chris Atkinson to approve as presented.
Correct.
Any further discussion?
One question, landscaping.
Yeah, I did talk with Tim. He said the property itself is primarily impervious right now. They are meeting the green space requirements, and Tim really didn't have any comments for that at all.
That that shrubbery in the front that is in the picture, is that there now or that's going to be added?
Whatever is there presently, it'll get removed and then replanted with similar landscape foundation plantings.
Okay, so, okay, all right, there'll be something there. All right, very good.
Okay. Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Okay, 6B, action regarding a site plan review for the National Weather Service Balloon Station relocation at 2485 South Point Road, parcel VA-211. Aaron.
Okay. The proposal is set forth by Vasquez Commercial Contracting LLC as applicant for the National Weather Service, submitted plans to relocate the balloon station. Basically, it's right here currently. This is South Point Road and 172. From its location here to the starred area, roughly right here, to accommodate future redevelopment of this corner property for the airport right here. The building itself will remain the same in terms of the building. It's just picking it up and replacing it on top of a new foundation at this location right here. So really only changing the footing, the foundations. But in addition to that, there is a requirement to have a gravel driveway, a request to have a gravel driveway connecting to the weather balloons here. This is the plan for that gravel drive. Our code does require that all drives are to be asphalt or concrete at a minimum. I have relayed that information to the applicant. They're working with the National Weather Service right now to, I guess, kind of get their take on that. From a staff level standpoint, I would be open to an exception, considering the agricultural nature of this property, for a gravel drive. But as I mentioned, currently our code does require that to be paved asphalt or concrete at a minimum. The airport has approved or agreed to the relocation of the property. Lisa Bowman of Vasquez Commercial Contracting is in the audience. I'm sure she can answer any questions that you'd have regarding the project. I can answer any questions for you as well.
So is that building right on the corner, Aaron? Is that going to be demoed, or is that connected to anything, or is that vacant now?
This one right here.
Correct.
I believe if that hasn't been demoed, I believe it's going to be. Everything's been moved up here.
Okay.
Dan, that's that building way up on the corner you're talking about?
Yeah.
All right, I see what you're talking about. That's going to be demoed. Okay. That whole lot is there for future development, which I'm sure it sounds like there is some development talks about that lot already. I don't have a problem on moving that and hiring that or hiding that balloon back where it's going to go, and whatever development in the front would probably hide it somewhat. I do want to, and I think it should be done, because if it's not done, it'll be forgotten about being on this committee as long as I have. If we don't blacktop that short road, it'll never get blacktopped. I would move to approve with the condition that that road is blacktopped.
And I'll second that. I agree with Gary wholeheartedly. If we don't get a blacktop now, it'll never happen.
I agree.
I did look at that. That's not such a long run. That's more of a driveway type length rather than a road per se of thousands of feet. So I think it's only right to do it now.
Aaron, how long about is that?
Let me check here. This is going to be a ballpark at best, so bear with me on that.
230.
I thought there was a measurement there.
Somewhere around 250, 280 feet or so.
Yeah, so I don't see that being a problem.
Yeah, you know, when we talked about this the other day, it was a concern of mine that if we say that they can do the gravel at some point, is that going to come back? You know, that others are going to ask for that same exception. So.
We do that too many times and we get kicked in the butt on it, so.
Well, plus, don't you think it would devalue the value of the property up front to have a truck running up and down that 3 times a day? Have all the dust?
Yep.
Excuse me, this is Tom Pennington with the National Weather Service. Can I address that question?
Sure.
So in regards to that road and the traffic on it, we will get 1 vehicle delivery per week of a small box truck. That's the only, other than foot traffic of the meteorologist walking out there. And the plan, we're basically shifting that road over and abandoning a section of gravel road. So the dust issue is really a wash as far as the National Weather Service is concerned.
Well, if it's a walk, then make it a sidewalk side and still pave it.
But you have to drive the vehicle out there to drop off the tank.
All right. Like I said, I'll approve it with the condition that the road is black.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve with the road being blacktopped. Anybody else have comments?
Nope.
Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, moving on to number 7, department reports. Aaron.
We have a number of projects in the works right now. We will have a site plan committee meeting on the 5th for a couple of different projects. It's surprising, even with all the events going on nationwide, worldwide right now, that development has not slowed down.
Well,
Development has not slowed down, Aaron?
It is not, no.
Okay, all right. I drive around the village and I see a lot of things happening, so I don't see any slowdown whatsoever.
Okay. Any other comments on that? Items for the next agenda, Aaron?
Yeah, we will have a couple, and anything else, I guess, let me know.
Okay. Okay, I need a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Gary Paul, second by
Dale.
Dale Quinn.
Yep.
Adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? We are done. Thank you all very much for calling in.
Yeah. Wait, guys, can we assume the next one's gonna be remote?
Probably, but to be determined.
Okay.
I would assume so, unless there's some changes.
And is that your new office?